Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and back to another Marvel Spider-Man 2 photo submission video. We're going to go ahead and get right into it and start looking at these photos. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Thank you so much for tuning in. These videos are always exciting to make, and let's just get right back into it. After like about a week of not uploading anything, I do apologize. Been really preoccupied with other things, but I think I can really get back into the swing of things. No pun intended, actually. So we're going to go ahead and start with actually a little comment that I got from DannyMatt37, who actually submits a lot of photos here frequently. He gave me some feedback about my photos that I submitted, because I do upload photos once in a while. And he says here, a little tip: try to reduce the focus distance as much as possible, leaving Spider-Man clear. So if you still want the environment to still show some detail, reduce aperture, often 2 to 5 times the optimal point for a blurry, not too much background. This way you won't have the disparity of close environment being completely clear and the further environment being noticeably blurred. And that's fine. I appreciate the compliment, and it jumps right here. But these are my photos that I submitted just not that long ago. And it's just the same photo with like a different costume. And this was actually during the Howard mission, where, you know, unfortunately Howard does pass away after you set his flock of pigeons with Pidgey. Everything that you see here was all intentional. I really wanted the up close shot of the soul of Spider-Man's, Spider-Man's soul to be sort of blurry, but you can still make out what it is, in this case, his soul. Spider-Man is clear, and I did want like the face to be just a tad blur, and the background being blurry was all intentional as well. You can still make out what's in the background besides that gigantic, lake, or in this case, the ocean or whatever. You can still see Lady Liberty right over there. And this was all intended. I really wanted the sun to shine there with like the rings right there showing up from the sunlight. And of course the birds are still pretty clear. This is all intended, but it's criticism, and all that kind of criticism is welcome. So DannyMatt, thank you. I appreciate you criticizing my photos. I will say this though, I do tend to submit photos a lot like this very often, so maybe I'll try to change it up, but I appreciate it. But these are my photos anyways right there, so that way you guys can see it. So let's go ahead and get back to where I was, and actually let's go ahead and start judging them from the, well, if I jump to the present, I'm going to be skipping a lot. Start here with Chronix, who actually submitted some nice photos. Chronix, I really like your profile too. You got like a crown there. I don't know how you did that, but that's pretty cool. But anyway, here's an interesting photo. I did say that I do allow people to alter their Spider-Man photo mode submissions through other means. So like if it's external software, or if it's through pixel art, that is welcome. As far as how you achieve this, I'm not sure. But you might have taken a pose of Spider-Man in photo mode and then, pasted it with a regular picture of Spider-Man, which looks really cool as well. I like this one a lot. I don't know if I can say that this is an original one, because I've seen this one plenty of times before, but I know exactly what it's referencing, and I applaud you for that. So great stuff. Definitely gonna give that 6 stars. Fire on heart, heart on fire. That one's nice. I like how like the web is glowing. This one's cool too, and it looks like it's already been watermarked, and I don't know who submitted this, but I don't think this counts as yours. But I like how you can actually trace the webbing attached to the building to there, so it kind of gives it that pop effect. It has like a swing ability to it, I guess you can say, where like the web kind of moves depending on like the motion. It's like it's loose before it's about to straighten out, where Spider-Man just drops and still hanging onto the web. So this is cool too. In fact, I can actually easily say that this looks like concept art that the game studio released before like the game's actual release, that you would find in like those magazines. I'm kind of dating myself here, but I used to read Game Informer. I would get those magazines, well, at least credit where credit's due. My older brother did, and I would just basically read off his Game Informer magazines, and I would see like these concept photos, if not in-game photos, snapshots from the games that are about to come out that year, and it was always exciting. In fact, I remember like reading a Game Informer magazine featuring like the Spider-Man movie game, and that was an exciting time in my life. Me and my friends, that was the talk of the town that me and my friends were just talking about. It was so cool. Anyways, Emoshi says, I'm back. You kind of turned on like the spider sense there. You gave it a warbly effect. I think like that's from the point of view of the criminal that Spider-Man's about to curb stomp, and he's kind of like disoriented and dizzy, and this is what he's seen before he gets knocked out by Spider-Man's foot. So that's a good photo right there. Oh, Zamoshi Rikido He uploaded this one. I like this one. As far as how you got him standing like that, I'm not sure. Because it looks like he's really standing on nothing, facing downward, and like there's nothing there. So that's an interesting shot. But I think this might be my favorite one. I already gave it some likes and hearts. Yeah, 7 and another. Another heart on fire. 7. So I think this might be my favorite one. One, it makes for a great phone wallpaper. So if you're interested and you want some of these photos that these people submit, definitely feel free to join my Discord. Invitation link to that is in the description. Shameless plug-in, I know. But still, this is really cool. Instead of me taking like swinging photos, I'm going to try to take photos of Spider-Man mid-crawling because this looks awesome. Not only does it look good, but it looks like promotional material for an upcoming Spider-Man movie where like he has an entirely different suit. It kind of reminds me of the Amazing Spider-Man, but if like the first Amazing Spider-Man took mostly throughout the day instead of night. Because Sony does have a promotional material like this of the Amazing Spider-Man where he's on a building and like there's a lot of blue tint to that photo and he's like that on the glass on the window pane of the building, and it's quite reminiscent of that. So I do like this one a lot. Great stuff, man. Like, son, you did a great job submitting that photo. Great stuff. Spider with a Y. I always like seeing these photos, and I feel like this is kind of inspired by some of my photos that I've taken where like I completely blurred out the hand and the web line that's coming out, the web thread that's coming out of his wrists. But I really like this one because this looks like a cutscene, and it really shows how pretty good the graphics are in Spider-Man 2. Now that I'm on the subject on graphics, and I know I tend to go off a bit on a tangent, I just can't help but like talk about how stupid I feel right now when it comes to like the reports that were coming out around this time where like the game was still not even out yet and we hadn't seen a thing about it. Like we didn't see a single frame about Spider-Man 2. Remember like if there were reports about how realistic the game looks, and like some executive or some person said that, oh wow, I thought this was real, but turns out that was a load of crap. If anything, I think Marvel Spider-Man 2 looks oddly close to like the first 2 games and not that much different entirely. It's like a minute improvement. There are improvements as far as the gameplay and combat and everything like that, and I can say that there are some improvements to graphical textures, if that makes any sense, but it's barely noticeable, honestly, in my opinion. But the only way you're going to see some improvements and noticeable differences is when this game eventually ports over to PC. And that's just my take on it. Now, I'm glad to say that I didn't really believe these reports because, again, they were reports. So I was just saying how like there were reports about how people were saying that this game looked realistic, when in fact that was kind of pretty much far from the truth. So it makes me feel dumb to report on it, just to talk about how like people were saying this about it. But hey, I had to talk about it because it was bringing up the hype, and Spider-Man 2 was the hype during that time where like we didn't get a single thing or a frame or any news about the game during that time. Oh, this one's cool. SFMN, nice, great job, Uzumoshi, great shot. Oh, you want to join us? Great job, Magdipool, for taking that snapshot. This looks like it's straight out of Marvel's, like Spider-Man 3 from the movie. Nice. Could use a little work on the lighting. Okay, that one's nice. That one's cool. It's more like in the shadows. Too much going on there. Too much red. Very distract. This is very distracting right here. I like this. It looks like Batman. All right, nice shots, Magdi. But I really like this one. The eyes look red in that one, actually. Good stuff, man. Okay, gotta go. Okay, again, I don't know how you did that. Oh, you put them in pose mode, I think. Nice. The Spidermeister FT. Does that stand for Fort or Fort Lauderdale, or for the? And then you're missing W, maybe for the win. This is cool. It's too small though. I don't know why you got the photo that tiny, but I see what you were going for. And again, it looks like it's straight out of the Sam Raimi movies. So great stuff there. Spiderzilla. He's the guy that submits photos here frequently and submits really nice ones while he's at it. Very nice, man. Oh, this one's cool. It's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, like jumping at Venom. He doesn't even look like he has a chance. This was nice too. The whole spider, like the Venom wing thing, I say it was too soon. It was quite rushed, where like he evolved too fast, and also like the villain was easily defeated. Venom is a character that needs to be around for a while. In fact, he's so popular that he has his own comic book. I mean, he got his own comic a long time ago, but he's extremely popular. He's like Spider-Man's opposite. The whole Scream thing was also kind of rushed too. It was interesting, and it was an interesting take where like Mary Jane became Scream. Spoiler alert. I mean, whatever. But it was only momentarily. Like that's it. A lot of the like I guess you can say different versions of Venom were quite forgettable, with the exception of Carnage. So there you have it. They didn't have much presence in the comics, regardless. Oh, this one's nice. The Spider-Meister. You got a great shot of the Amazing Spider-Man. Really nice. Looks like somebody actually took it. And then you resubmit Chronix. You resubmitted these photos. I already saw these at the beginning. All right, really nice. That pretty much concludes it. And that's Symbiote Spider-Man right on the hunt for like the Craven Hunters, who try to kill you throughout the game. But anyway, that's a nice shot. Great job, Mikey618. I think these were resubmissions because I saw these in the last video. But yeah, you guys did a phenomenal job this week. Looking forward to more next week. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching and for submitting your photos. And if you want to submit your photos, be sure to, again, join my Discord. Invitation link to that is in the description. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that or joining me there, then you can submit your photos throughout my social media, which you can also find in the description box below. Also, my social media handles have been in the video throughout the entire video, actually, right beneath my webcam overlay, so you couldn't have missed it. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the notifications so y'all don't miss anything. Dislike the video if you did, and as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.